Would war ever leave our world alone, even after it is over? Would the scars ever heal? Good morning, everyone. My name is Hailey-Mariah, and today I'm going to talk about the article published in the New York Times. After the Battle, A Warning for Mosul by Hailey-Mariah, published in September 2018. Mosul is the second city of Iraq where combat ended a year ago, but the remains of the war still haunt the city. As Lodhammer said, recovery seems like a distant dream for the city of Mosul. Here, more than a year after the formal end of fighting that drove out the Islamic State fighters, the path to recovery runs literally through a three-dimensional minefield, with the dangers of war still present everywhere. The whole city of Mosul is buried under the thousands of mine implants that lay around the city, still ready to hunt the soldiers that set foot in the city. This reminds me of the short film that was adapted from Colby Buzzell's Men in Black. This project is a 6-minute portion of the feature-length documentary Operation Homecoming: Writing the Wartime Experience. This Men in Black movie provides an elaborate picture of how the combats during the war in Iraq resembles a raw, disarmingly honest writer and a fearless reporter willing to just go about anywhere, to the abandoned tunnels of New York, to the sketchiest bars and clubs, and to the chaos of Ground Zero on 9/11. Buzzell is a rare non-fiction writer who seems equally at ease recounting stories about himself, his war experience, his struggles with alcohol addiction, and post-traumatic stress as he is writing. This short film relates directly to how the situation is in the city of Mosul. The remains of all of these combats is the evidence of the hate and violence that victimized the city. The author talks about IED and explosive needles placed in haystacks and rubble all around the city. These might be traceable, but lethal nonetheless. The author quotes, "For the moment, the explosive hazard footprint left by the Islamic State still covers 1/3 of Iraq." The article is based on many literary theories such as the Freudian concept and the physical theory related to war. The author talks about the hate buried among the mines against the soldiers in Iraq. These feelings that led to inhumane acts and destruction lies in the unconscious mind according to the Freudian concept. These represent the ID that is part of our minds which focus on irrational thoughts and lead a person to act based on pleasure and not logic. The ego plays a little role in these situations where half has little value and the only motive is death. The ego, which is the rational part of the mind, failed to compete with these irrational thoughts and acts. The article, according to me, justifies the actual situation in the city of Mosul and the harmful aftermath of war on our world and our society. The city will be unstable for habitation for yet another decade because of the devastation that the Iraq War wreaked upon it. It talks about all the effects and the efforts made to restore the city, which engages the reader and provides them with an actual picture of what the city is and its people are suffering from at the moment. Hailey-Mariah is clear and conscious with arguments backed by facts and examples. The numbers are alarming and dreadful. It gives the readers a moment to think about the destruction war can cause and hence more reasons to fight against it. He further argues that our world needs more compassion and empathy instead of hate and violence. There are several literary devices throughout the article, such as similes, metaphors, and imagery, that make the article more appealing and easier to read. I will recommend the people to read this article and decide themselves. War is not an answer to anything. Thank you.